folks, and welcome back to Lakeside Ridge here. So a couple of things. I found out we don't need this milling stone, so we're just going to deconstruct that. Somewhere in production here, there is apparently a brewing bench of some kind. A brewery, there it is. So we'll probably put one of those. Well, you know, I think we'll actually leave the milling stone there. And I think what we're actually going to have to do is expand our walls here. Actually, don't even see a log wall on there anymore. That's fine. Oh wait, there's the log wall. Okay, that's an issue. Cancel that there. Forgot all about this damn soggy ground. Hopefully... Damn it. No. Wow, this is going to be a very odd-shaped room. Very, very odd-shaped room. You know, I think we're going to have to put down a moisture pump or two to get what we want here. Because we want a brewery, and it looks like the game doesn't want us to have one. But that's fine, we'll get one done anyway. So we're back onto the research. I think still have plenty of room to grow, build our ship when we get around to doing that. And you know, I think we're actually going to we're going to cancel this stuff here. The brewery can sit outside for now. We'll go into zone and area, and we'll add a roof onto this, onto the shape that we want it. And that way, like, I don't think it'll be classed as outdoors. It might still be classed as outdoors, I'm not 100% sure. But this is going to give us our little expanded workshop area where we can have a bunch more benches. There is supposed to be a roof here, but I guess it didn't take on the construction requirements. Now those moisture pumps, they're just going to take a long ass time to clear this room out. But we should still be able to build our brewery there. Yep, it does have a work penalty for being outdoors. But this is going to clear the immediate area. And I think we might need some out here to build the ship on. But it looks like this is actually pretty good ground here, so maybe not. So let's take a look at our crops to see how they're actually doing. Because we put barley there. Yeah, I think we got rid of the hops. No, we didn't. We still have the hops, and it looks like these don't actually do anything. Or at least they don't do what we want them to do. So, is there anything else that we want here, really? I mean, we could, yeah, we'll just go for some, we have potatoes there. Let's go for some corn, because I think this is rice here, yeah. So we'll grow some corn there instead. Just increase our food income. And it'll give our growers something to do. Now, I'm not sure what we're going to do with the hops, because I honestly assumed hops and barley were necessary for making beer, but apparently we just need the barley. We're going to go into restrictor, is it a sign? 1 drink per day. We're going to slide that on everyone, and that's going to mean once we produce the beer, at the end of the day, they are allowed a drink if they want one. The teetotaler probably won't, but it'll be there if they do. We do have a couple of, oh no, that's psychoid tea. That's basically magic mushrooms, but the tea version. Let's see, bills. Oh, wow, okay, Make what? Do forever. I'm not sure what the milling stone is. I guess it'll turn something into flour. Still smelting down that slag. That's good. It'll just top up our steel. I don't know how much we have in here. We're just shy of 1,000. We are a little bit low on components, which kind of blows. Or at least comparatively low on components. We still have a pretty big safety margin. And these steel shrooms are actually starting to grow, so is the other stuff. Caravan request. I don't think we'll be doing that. Simply because that means leaving the safety of the base. I think we are eventually going to have to do that. But we don't want to do it until we have like power armor and good weapons and equipment. Sorry if you can hear that banging, the neighbour's having some work done. So we have a bunch of Devil Strand. Barley seems like it's grown at a decent rate. We've replaced that with corn. We have it here. Sorry, tickling my throat. We have a patch for uranium, but I think that requires like a 14 skill. So let's actually check, see what skills we have. We have an 8, 10, an 8, and a 13 there. So we really want McKay on gardening because she is nearly at the point that she can plant those uranium shrooms. So let's see, is there anything else that we would like to grow? I don't think there is anything else we necessarily need, but what we are going to do is build another area here and see if there are any resource plants that we particularly want. Oh, gold ferns. Oh, no, we can't build those. What about the silver one? What's that take? There we are, silver flowers. And then we'll ask for the gold ferns. There's one there, yeah, that's perfect. We'll ask for those up there. They're not going to be able to plant those yet, but when they actually do get the skill to plant them, it'll mean that we'll be able to grow gold, which you use for some of the more advanced circuitry, I believe. Bunch of free food, nice. Speaking of free food, that is a lot of boars. Have our hunters go take care of that. But McKay, yeah, good, we want her planting things. Let's see, how close are you to leveling up, McKay? I didn't actually check. No, we actually need to go on to McKay. On to character there. How close are you to leveling up? Very close. You might actually make it with this. No, probably not quite. But next big time we harvest and plant a bunch of stuff, McKay should level up her growing, and then we can start growing uranium. Now those flowers each give a very small amount of the resource that they produce. But considering it's basically free resources, I am okay with that. We still have another big area down here. We might turn that into a tree farm just so it does something. Mad animal. It's a monkey. Looks like the map is absolutely teeming with life again. We have an entire silver asteroid over here. Just designate that in my mind. Okay. Okay, so the monkey is actually capable of getting in range of McKay. Let's get her back inside. Get Kim covering her. I honestly thought McKay would just kill that thing pretty easily. She does have a light machine gun, and she shot off one of his pinkies. I get out. Well, McKay's going to be heading to bed after this. Wow. Okay. Please just kill the monkey. There we are. Kim, go to bed. Get in the hospital bed. Sorry, McKay. Let's take a look, see how bad that actually was. Yep, that's a bunch of damage for no good reason. Kim, tend to McKay before she gets an infection. That might be the last of our real medicine too. We still have an absolute ton of herbal. And we are actually having to use some of it on McKay. But it looks like even with herbal, the treatment skill of Kim just makes up for the fact that the medicine isn't that great. And anything is better than no medicine. Because then you basically have a hot poker and you cauterize things and you put leeches on people. What did you just pick up? Oh, you're still smelting slag, okay. Somebody's out hunting boar. And they annoyed the boar. Where am I looking for this? Which one am I looking at? Oh, it's poor McKay again. You know, McKay, just run inside and let the turrets take care of this. You die. Get that phase sniper rifle of yours and get ready. I guess McKay can go back to bed. You can just go and bash that to death, you die. There we are. Kim is in bed. Well, gonna wake her up once again to tend to McKay. So, how are things growing? Well, looks like McKay is gonna miss out on this harvest, which really sucks because this would have put her at a level that she can do that. But yeah, now she can harvest heal root. What was that? That was cargo pods, and they just killed a boar for me and gave me a bunch of wart. Oh, 17%, it's actually doing something. So every couple of days that'll put out beer, essentially. Okay. McKay should hopefully hit 18,000 here. Which is a lot of XP to get. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? McKay, you are the worst. Like, just the absolute worst. Kim's out there hunting now. I think she has like an excellent assault rifle or something. A lot of dead boars out there. Not so much going on with... I need a corpse stockpile, essentially. Dumping stockpiles on. Put it just outside the freezer. I'm going to go into the settings here. Disallow rotten. Corpses. Animal, and that's it. That's all this place is for. It's for people to drop the unbutchered corpses of animals. Now then, hopefully McKay is about to plant something or grow something, because then she can do the uranium, and she will be the only one capable of doing it. Okay, so she can do it now. It's going to take her 20,000 to get to 15, which is when she can plant the gold. And again, that's used for advanced circuitry and really cool things like that. There she goes. Alright, so it looks like we're actually bringing in the boars to be butchered now. What's up with this one? Or is that just its feet? I think that's just its foot. Do we have all of those prosthetic eyes that we ordered yet? I don't see any. There's also the option that we used so many for J-Bay that we just didn't keep any of the other eyes. And I think it's, we might build a small prison complex over here as well. We'll see. We need a little bit more wood. We are running a little low on that. Not massively, but enough that I can keep ahead of it. Now this stuff is going to go slowly as hell, because all plants when they're planted start at 5% growth. The steel shrooms are at 75%. We've had them down for a few days now. Pastille is between 50 to 60, it looks like. Hops, barley, sorry, they should grow a little bit quicker. Rice grows really quickly. Like, you can basically sit and watch that tick up over the course of a couple of days. But this stuff it's going to take a long time, which is why we're planting it now, even though we don't have a use for it. By the time we do have a use for it, we should have plenty. Good as seafaring. Are they all just wearing raincoats? That is adorable. Oh, there was more steel there. Well, quite a decent chunk of steel there. Who do we have on mining? A bunch of 2s. You know what? You die, you get on that. Now then, J-Bear, who can actually trade properly now, will trade with these guests. We'll see what he has to, see what these guys have to offer. They're charging a lot for the components and they only have 2. Decent prices on medicine, so we'll take it. We don't want gun, we don't want, oh, well that's dead. That's just about dead. Those are going to be broken down. So those are poor, we don't want them. We're going to get rid of the poor stuff, we're going to keep our good stuff. That is halfway dead. And this woman does not have enough to afford it, so we'll just let that go. They were only visitors, not real traders, so they didn't really have much to offer. Looks like that should be, yeah, that's almost full now. 33%, so... That's pretty good. So we're pretty much always going to be in the... Hey, I just realised there's no cooler on the work area, and we should probably do something about that, because it's going to get hot as hell in there, and it will just make people a little bit more comfortable and work a little bit more productively if they aren't roasting to death. There we are. Target temperature of 21, that's pretty good. Now this one out here is obviously not going to do anything until we've, you know, fixed all of the leaky ass ground that is here. So we will turn this one off. Now, the guests should be pretty happy. We have a nice room for them. Is there anything we particularly need right now to be focusing on? I think we're just waiting for resources to come in and research to be done. We do still need a few bionic eyes, so we'll craft 4 of those. Well, that shouldn't be a problem at this time of day. Everyone's asleep, so it'll just get taken care of by the turrets. We are into our 3rd year now, 3rd year of the colony. Let's take a look. Architect. Is the ship in Misk? Do we have any of the ship yet? No, that's later on. Okay. These guys are a siege, not a yeah, they're not a assault. They want to wait us out, and they want to do it by hitting us with mortars. We obviously don't want that to happen, so we're going to unpause. We've got everyone ready. We're going to get straight on the mortars and we're going to start firing shells at them. So they actually have to build their encampment before they can start attacking us. So that they'll pick a spot and they'll start to build mortars on it. Our response to their siege is going to be that we will just murder the hell out of them. Also, there's a bulk trade ship passing by. Once we're done with the siege, we'll trade with them. So there they are. They're building their mortars. We're going to put this to triple speed. Now that they're in one area, we should actually manage to hit them once or twice. Hopefully before they start raining mortars down on us, because, well, theirs are going to do a lot more damage than ours. They don't have any building hit damage. When we miss, we hit trees. When they miss, they hit our buildings. Awesome. They're now trying to assault the colony, and they're fleeing. Good job, guys. Stand it down. We'll call that trade ship. Fire's probably going to consume everything over there. Anything that isn't killed by the fire will reclaim afterwards. They have animals for sale. They have huskies. That is something we're definitely going to... Oh, Labradors. That's something we're definitely going to take a look at. Now then, let's see. Blended leather they can have. Alpaca wool they can have. Fungal fiber they can have. Devil sand cloth and the regular cloth we want to keep. But everything else are just the random bits that we have from hunting, so we can get rid of. They charge a lot for their medicine. They can have our sculptures. And we're going to build some real beds. And we are going to go for the 2 female and 1 male Labradors. So, we're going to go into training there. We want these guys trained to do everything. And we have a breeding stock now of animals. So in furniture here, got advanced solar power. We're going to want some animal beds down here. Scatter these around this main room because my plan is obviously that the doggos have some babies. Now they will just eat meals along with the people, or they'll eat the raw food. They'll basically just eat what they want. I'm not going to bother making kibble for them. Now we have an eclipse which is going to slow down our growth. And yeah, these things have grown like 3% in the few days that they've been here. It's really not that much. Yeah, pretty much everything that was down here is just gonna burn away. But it's better than us taking a bunch of damage from mortars. And the steel survived. It's not too much of it, but hey ho. A little bit of silver. Looks like the mortar shell's burned. The components are gonna burn, which that really sucks. But it also burned the bodies for us, so, you know, there's some plus sides to it. Another day before that turns into beer. How's this doing? They're at 80%. Shouldn't be too long before we actually see just how much steel we get from a big harvest like that. Finished advanced hydroponics, that's cool. Oliver now just researches. How good is he at that now? Because he seems to be really damn good at it. Yeah, he's on 18. Bulk trade has left comms range, but that is just fine. Really enjoyed their stay. They left me 2 components and some soda. I'm pretty okay with that. People will drink that and it'll give them a moodlet boost. It seems like the temperature in here is actually a little bit better now, so people are going to be working a little quicker. The dogs should, yeah, they'll claim their own beds. So we have Sherry is a female Labrador. We have Nobu is the male, and Sally. So Sherry, Shally, and Nobu. Oh, yes, Shally. I am the last one. Let's see. You know, I think we're doing pretty okay. The eclipse kind of blows, but, you know, we'll get over it. Are they just... Oh, they're eating silage. Okay. That's fine. That's just rough food for animals. Not too concerned about them eating that. I didn't have any plans for it anyway. They left the cloudberry soda out there. Okay. Do we have anyone else who is capable of mining? Yes. Yes, we do. You know, Priscilla, get on that. And we'll keep Udai on it as a priority as well, but Priscilla doesn't do all that much that's useful. We did increase the amount of wood we have. We still have a whole bunch of bonecrete. So yeah, I think we do still need to build our prison. We might build it up here, up by the farms. So we have like 400 of this to work with. Should be absolutely plenty. Assuming we don't run into crappy marshy ground. How many was that? That was 5. That was 5. Perfect. So we'll have a door there, and then we'll have essentially little miniature cells, which are just going to be the beds are going to be put in there and assigned to them, and then there'll be a toilet in the corners, maybe something in the middle to stop them going insane. Blade's nice. We're working on that just so we can get the advanced weapons, so we can get things like, you know, let's go for a bonecrete door here as well, so we can get things like the crazy power blades and chain swords and all that good stuff. How's this looking? 82% still, but the growth is back on now, seeing as the eclipse is done. Finished a bunch of research. Floor in here. What do we want for a floor? Guess we'll just go with bamboo. So we have a lot of that and we're not doing anything with it. So bamboo it is. It's going to use up pretty much all of it, which is fine. We don't have another use for it. I think the prison block is actually going to be bigger than the guest room, but then the guest room has all the other stuff with it. Temperature's ideal in the brewing. And then we want to unforbid everything, so that we'll collect all that steel. Looks like neither Priscilla or Udai have actually gotten around to mining yet. Still plenty of farming going on. Has anyone attempted to train the animals yet? Do we have someone set to that? I think we do. Handle. Yeah, Kim is a vet. We'll put that to 1. We want that as a big priority. She is also a level 16 crafter, which is absolutely incredible. Way better than what I've had in the past. Have we made any more bionic? No, we just haven't got around to that. I think we've given out a lot of orders, and I just need to wait now for them to actually get on with doing some of them. I will assign someone else to mining though. Oliver? No, wait, no. We don't want Oliver on mining. Yeah, we'll add J-Bait to it as well. Those fires aren't actually probably Yefim. Wait, where was Yefim? Was there someone still alive down here? Did he like get towards the edge of the map and then die? I don't see anybody out here. Oh well, that's fine. That's our machining bench there. Yeah, we've already made the replacement shells for the high explosives. That's nice. Hopefully Kim's about to try and train the dogs. So once we can get them assigned to a master, we can basically have them keep safe with someone, or we can have, once we have enough of them, we can start using them as attack animals along with our people in power armor. And Sherry was eating raw potatoes, so now she's going to be, you know, pretty ill. But she shouldn't have been eating raw potatoes, and then we wouldn't have this problem. Okay, I think people might actually be out there mining now. No, they aren't. Kim's out there chasing down a dog to train. Oh, so Kim's the one feeding them the raw potatoes. No wonder they're getting poisoning. Let's see. Training. You go to JB. Which one was that? Oh. Mad animal, what are we looking at here? It's a mad llama. Is anyone in its way? Bashkir is. And the dogs are crap. Looks like the dogs are actually sensible enough to run from it. So we're going to get inside. Have the turrets help us out here, and these deadfall traps. These turrets, I think, have actually injured us more than the enemy have in recent attacks. There we are. So Bashkir can rest until healed. Kim will take care of that. Still have a little bit of the prison to do, and then we can actually set it out. But before that, we need okay, so there's power running pretty much almost in anyway. But we need to run plumbing in. So where's the nearest plumbing? All the way down there, okay. So look, that's not going to take too much wood, luckily. And we won't see too much of it once it's actually being built. But it's going to take a little bit of effort. How much is this done? Okay, so that's done. We should have beer now. How much did we get? 141. Okay, we just got a lot of beer. That is a lot more beer than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting, like, you know, 20 or 30. But people can now relax at the end of the day with a nice frozen beer sickle, because we do keep that in the freezer. We had a zit, which like just blew up all of our power, but it doesn't even matter. Have these started to expand yet? No, they haven't even started yet. It's going to be a long time before we actually have this as an expansion to our room. I guess we can at least order now the furniture for in here. So we're going to want bed, and then we're going to want in the hygiene mods here, coming actually up into the rooms, because we're going to want a toilet on each bit just in there. We'll have a sink in the middle where people can have constant access to it. You know, I think we will actually, we'll leave these open. We don't want people to be too comfortable in the prison. And the furniture's probably going to be enough to cheer them up. Construction failed, you die on a bed. Wow. That's, I wasn't expecting that. Why is no one mining? Jebe, we're going to take you off constructing at one. I really want someone to go collect that steel and silver, and you don't seem to be wanting to do it, so I'll just take away your options for other work. And then in hygiene here, toilet there. We're gonna have to put plumbing there actually, now that I think about it. We'll give them a shower over on this end. Basically just go there. And then this is the prison cell. I think that's actually one of the nicest prisons I've built. I tend not to be this generous to my prisoners. I think anyone who was watching the Garden of Eden will know what I mean. I had them sleeping on like soggy floors with 2 buckets. But anyone I put in here, it's because I want them in my colony. So I think we might even give them a pool table in there. Might have break risk. Who's that? Okay, why? What's wrong with you? Feeling terrible, in a little pain. That's right, you do need an eye and a foot. But it doesn't look like anyone's actually really too concerned about using these right now. Kim should be the one doing it, but what else does Kim have to do? Let's check. Handling animals. Yeah, she should be doing these as her first priority, but I guess she's just too cool for that right now. Major break risk. Cargo pods. What did that give me? That looks like drugs of some kind. Yeah, it's fluies, so a basic flu drug, I guess. Wow. So, as you can see, still no steel shroom harvest. I think it's been like 2 hours-ish in game since we planted these, and still nothing. That's just how long it takes for these resources to well, I want to say bear fruit, but I guess it's bear steel. And steel is one of the quicker ones to mature and harvest as well. $131. Okay, so people are drinking the beer. That's good. Oh, I see your plan. Okay, so we're having a Memorial Day, or a celebration, I guess, for the time we kicked the crap out of some invaders. Good thing to celebrate. Who's on cleaning, by the way? Bashki, you're doing a terrible job at it. The place is a mess. But I guess there is a lot of hauling to do. It looks like people have actually gathered some of the steel and some of the silver as well. We're getting close to the 10k mark on that silver. Looks like Oliver's having his beer at 3 in the afternoon, same as Bashki. Whatever, guys, no choice. Hey, we have some of these steel shrooms, so hopefully now we can start turning those into steel. That is on the smelter list, isn't it? Yep. Steel from shrooms, and slag, and plasteel, and then oh wow, that takes really high crafting skill. And then what was the other one? What do we have there? Silver, gold, uranium. We need uranium. It looks like Kim's actually on the on doing the eyes now, at least. Or at least she was before it became bedtime. J-Bear's out mining steel, and he does have his trusty dog with him. Still have Sherry. Still have Sally. That means that J-Bear got Nobu, which is just a cool as hell name for a dog. Oh crap, did we forget to trade with someone? I think we did. We might have done. So, in architect and in production now, there should be, yeah, an electric smithy. Non-mechanical weapons and tools. This is where we're going to be building some of our melee weapons. Now that area is still outdoors for now, just until we, you know, pump out the ground around here. That's this horrible marshy crap. They are starting to expand, thankfully, but it's going to be a while. Wow, he failed to construct a billiards table as well. What level is Udai on building? I'm fairly sure it's pretty excessive. Construct. He's level 15. He shouldn't be failing this stuff. But oh well. I guess he has different ideas about that. Marriage anniversary. Bashkir and Kelly. Forgot they were married. I know Kim and Jebe got hitched. So we have those basic light receptor bionic parts. Everyone's having a beer, celebrating the marriage. I think this is one of the happiest colonies I've ever had in that regard as well. Just people getting, like, coupling up, and it's just a good time. It's a good place to live now. Except the, you know, occasional murder and odd forest fire, the horrible murderous alien machines that live on the planet, the lack of proper medical care, the backbreaking labour. But hey, you can have a beer at the end of the day, and there is a separate place on the other side of the colony where we keep the prisoners, and we don't even eat them. Is that? Yeah, it's J-Bay getting all that steel for us. So I'm playing this in triple speed. It's the third year. This is a pretty accurate representation of what Rimworld is. It kind of, once it settles in, everything's on autopilot except for when you get emergencies. We do still need that to be finished. Why isn't he finishing it? There is plenty of wood, I guess he's just... No, there he is. Wasn't being lazy. And I think, really, we should be putting a, oh yeah, Bonecrete. We'll put a Bonecrete door in there, just to make a little shortcut, because now they have to walk, like, through the freezer, and, like, we've actually made it so you can't get here anywhere other than through the freezer, or the production rooms. And that's, you know, it's a bit of a trek. We've nearly built the third bed up there. Sorry, the fourth bed, and then the prison is done. Now, these actually aren't going to deteriorate. A lot of empty bedrooms there. If we'd been able to, I would have liked to have captured one of the people from the siege, but they didn't. They just they didn't really give us that choice. We are going to be making an absolute shit ton of beer, way, way, way more than we need. So I think that's going to be a pretty good sell item. Because actually, how much more wort do we have? I don't see any more in there unless it's in here. It's just a light receptor, it's not a thing yet. Kim, I would like to see how much these shrooms give us. What are you doing with... Oh no, that's the plasteel bulbs. Well, 16 of them, I'm at 468, let's see how much we're actually going to get. 472, so that was like 4. Each plant gives 4 of its resource, I guess. You die, please, well, you're already working on that, good. But that's, well, each 17 of these gives 1 resource. But I have seen worse. It is, like I say, it's a renewable, it's free. I'm not going to grumble at extra resources. Especially when we already have over 1,000. Really all we need is a nice person with a lot of components who aren't going to charge us an arm and a leg for them to swing by and see about restocking those. It does take, I don't think it takes components for our mortar shells, thankfully. It just takes steel and chem fuel, and we have plenty of that. I'm still refining all these plasteel bulbs. We actually have a few of those. You know what, Kim? I think I'd rather have you working on bionics. And let's see, can Bashkia do that? Yes, I think he can. I'm not sure what he's doing at the moment. Smelting metal from slag. That's fine. We'll have him doing that. Exotic goods trader. So I think we'll trade with this caravan, and then we'll probably call this episode a day. I would very much like another dedicated crafter to go with Kim, or even just another dumb labour monkey to work the furnace on the stuff that doesn't require crafting. Area revealed, what? Oh, okay. So yeah, definitely need another dumb labour person. The dogs will actually, when they get trained, will actually start to haul things for us, which that is going to be a nice big help to the workflow. So Jebe, all the, oh wow, that's a big ass caravan. Let's see what they have for us, and then we may look at making an order for power armor. These guys use a lighter armor than we're going to be using. So they have a vampire bat, some capybara. They have components. Nice. We'll take all 8 of those. Hyperweave, I don't think we care too much about. Glitter World Medicine, they only have 8. Otherwise I might have considered it. Psychic Shock Lance. Those are fantastic, but they're a one-time deal. We don't need bionics because we can make our own now. We will give him the Thrumbo Horn because that is worth a lot of money. You can take the sculptures too. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we really want from him. Except the components that we've already got. And the money that we're getting off of him. How much would he charge us for all that plasteel? He would charge us a bit for that. But, you know, I'm willing to pay like 65, considering the Thrumbo Horn that we got, to have that much extra plasteel. That was like nearly 500 of it. Or was it only 65? Unless someone's carrying the rest back already. I might have misread that. Because Jebe has the components. Oh well. So, let's quickly get over to this machining table there. See, how much would a power armor take to make? For a single power armor, we would need 18 components and 135 plasteel. Wow, okay, how much does it take steel-wise to make one component? 25 steel. Okay, add bill, make components, do until you have... So basically, if we don't have 100 components, make them out of steel. We have an absolute crap ton of steel now, and I think I would like the components, especially with us having renewable steel coming in up here once people actually get around to using it. Looks like we got brewing going on there. Bashkia, I just want you on the furnace. I wish I could just permanently like assign Bashkia to that workbench and tell him that that's all he did. But I don't think I'll be able to. So, on that note, folks, we're going to end this episode here. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining Lakeside Ridge. And I hope to see you in the next one.